Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. There's your digital postcard right there. The sun is going to shine. Actually, the sun's going to go down. Yeah, it's that time of day already. Thanks for riding along today. Hey, I wanted to say hello to my friends Tracy and Leah Phillips in Arkansas. Miss you guys, miss your family, definitely miss your cooking. I even miss your dogs. Hey, Tracy and Leah, roll my intro. I guess we're about 40 minutes before sunset. It's a nice time of day. I think it's around 56, 57 degrees. I'm guessing the wind is about 10 miles an hour. It was kind of overcast most of the day, and then boom, here we are in a room full of strangers. And I don't know why it entered my mind, but I wanted to know what the number one song was 50 years ago today. And it was written by Kris Kristofferson. Any ideas? Me and My Bobby McGee. The Janis Joplin version, and that was released about 6 months after she passed away. And I didn't know that. I guess, I was 8 years old at that time. But that is just such a great song. Kris Kristofferson is a hell of a songwriter. It still seems I'm listening to music from 50 or more years ago. Or at least 40 or more years ago. Same music I listened to when I was in school. It's actually kind of rare. There's one country guy that I really like, William Clark Green. And I like his music. It's got a sense of humor. And I actually got to pick him up once in my Uber days. Drove him from the gym to the concert venue, which that night was Brewster Street Ice House in Corpus Christi. And he has some amazing songs. Ringling Road. I guess his most famous song is She Likes the Beatles, I Like the Stones. If you get a chance and you're kind of into country music, check out William Clark Green. Devin just went to a show, Cody Jackson. And I was listening to some of his stuff. Devin recommended some songs, and I liked it. I liked it. Sometimes you have to listen to stuff a few times. Some artists that were new to me, I liked right away, like Jamie Johnson, 10, 12 years ago. When I heard him, I really liked him. And some artists I didn't like for years and years. And then, like George Strait, I never thought much of. I mean, I didn't dislike him. Now he's one of my favorites. As far as country goes, I was always into Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson. Can't go too wrong there. Dolly Parton. Country was so mainstream when I was younger. It's the songs they played on the radio, were country songs. But that was mainstream. Remember Harper Valley PTA? Love that song. Uh, Ode to Billy Joe. Man, that's some deep lyrics on that song, you know? Those are some heavy lyrics. Just, yeah. I'll take those old countries. I mean, I'd probably listen to Kenny Rogers for 20 years until it occurred to me he was a country singer, you know? He was just all over the radio. Then there was the year I became evil. Came back to Pennsylvania from Maine in 10th grade and played hockey with a group of guys and my age and older. And yeah, it was power drinking. And the music we played at parties was Led Zeppelin, Bruce Springsteen, Steve Miller. Oddly enough, the Blues Brothers, their first album, Briefcase Full of Blues. We listened to a lot of 50s and 60s, you know, Chuck Berry, Let's Go to the Hop, all that kind of stuff. The old, it was probably the American Graffiti soundtrack album. You know, from movies we saw, we would get into the music. It was a good time. I was just looking at Facebook, and those of you on Facebook will know memories come up. And this one came up 5 years ago. One of the boys was living with me, and at that time he was working in a meat processing plant in Corpus Christi. So I open up the refrigerator door and I see something wrapped in kind of butcher paper. And I said to him, what's this? He goes, an eyeball. And I said, an eyeball? He said, a cow's eyeball. And I said, put it in a baggie and put it in the freezer. There was a restaurant here. I'd seen it on a TV show. There was a restaurant in Corpus that made a very nice cow's eyeball. And they sliced it thin, and everyone said it tasted like roast beef. Welcome to Texas. There was another memory in Facebook 8 years ago. Another one of the boys was in the Marines in Afghanistan. And that was a bad time. He never complained about anything. But with everything that was going on there, everything you see in the news, it was every time you saw him, every time you talked to him, you knew that could be the last time. He made it home safe, has his own business, doing well. The pelicans are out cruising like they do at the end of the day. I told the special effects team to have them fly right towards the camera, but no cooperation today whatsoever. They flew right overhead, suckers. I'm going to tell you a dad joke, and I hope it's funny. I mean, not as funny as a clown. Those are some pretty big shoes to fill. Sorry, guys. Sunny, thank you for the sunshine. Don't worry, I'm done singing. Everyone was reaching for the remote control on that one. I had the most glorious nap right around 3 o'clock today. Got in the back of the truck and just passed out. The sun was on my feet. The wind was out of the south. I got under my little comforter. Oh, it was enjoyable. Gave me just enough energy to film this sunset. The laughing gulls are going crazy. Their scientific name, of course, is sea rat. It's just weird that the wind has died, because the wind makes the waves and that makes the cool water noise, and the seagulls are reasonably calm. It's just, it's good to see a sunset. It's been 4 or 5 days of that cloud cover. I don't know if the camera's picking them up, but all the birds are doing their little pre-nighttime go for a quick flight and stretch the wings. It's pretty neat. I was just curious what the top single was. The year I was born, 1962. The number one song was Strangers on the Shore. Was it Acker Bilk? Am I saying that right? I never heard of it. I'm going to have to look it up after this video and see if I recognize it. And number 2 was one of my favorite all-time songs. I Can't Stop Loving You, the Ray Charles version. I'll take that as my number 1 song of my birth year. There she goes, guys. We got a good one. Thanks for coming along for the chat this evening. I appreciate you. Going. Almost. I can still see a little bit through the tree. Gone. That is awesome. Thanks for riding along today, guys. Thanks for watching.